It's Brittany. So today's gonna be a tag video, and today I'm gonna be doing the 90s kids tag. So, yeah, I was born in 91 and pretty much grew up in the 90s. And of course, there were some things I did experience, things I did not, which I wish I did, but doesn't mean that I can't as an adult, even though we're in the year of 2021. Um, so here are the questions to this tag. One, favorite movie that came out in the 90s. Uh, this is a good question, but a hard question because I have so many favorite movies. I have some movies that came out, in the 2000s and even after that, even ones in the 80s. Um, but I feel like cause I've looked at my list and there's a lot of them that came out in the 90s, so it's hard to choose one. Now, of course, I don't know if I should mention just one or at least a few. Cause yeah, there's just so many favorite movies that I have that came out in the 90s, um, like Tombstone, uh, Jurassic Park, which of course, as you all know, that is my favorite movie. But then there's Twister, Titanic, um, Beauty and the Beast, which came out in 91. Um, The Lion King. Am I forgetting something? Hamlet, the 1996 version with Kenneth Branagh. Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise, the first one, which again that came out in '96. Um, oh wow. So as you can see, the list goes on because I'm also trying to think of some other ones that came out in the 90s, but there's just a lot. So I feel like it's just hard to choose one. Um, okay, what else is there? Oh yeah, Scream and Scream 2, because Scream came out in 96, Scream 2 came out in 97. And then there's A Few Good Men, and I think that one came out, what, 92 or 93? I think around there. I would have to look that up. Uh, damn. Oh, and Batman Forever and Tommy Boy. So yeah, those ones are the ones I know that did came out in the 90s. So I'm sorry, I cannot mention one because there's just a lot of favorite movies that there's just a lot of movies, uh, favorite movies that I have that came out in the 90s. And of course, there are some I did grow up watching, some I didn't, and some I didn't watch until maybe I was either a teenager or in my 20s. But either way, it's all good. It's never too late to watch movies that maybe you probably missed out on. But that's all good. Um, Two, favorite TV show from the 90s. Well, this is a hard question because there were some shows I did grow up watching and some of them I did not like. Like, I think to me Sesame Street was okay. I just wasn't really into it as most people are. And Barney. Oh, I hate Barney. Like, not only was the intro, the song at the beginning, is annoying, but so is the one that how it ends, singing I love you, you love me. Now, I'm not saying, now those lyrics saying I love you, there's nothing wrong with saying I love you, even in the song. But it's just the way they're singing it just makes it sounds irritating, like not the lyrics, but just the tone, the way they're singing it, which I'm like, can you not sing it like that? You're making it sound like, ugh, like annoying. So I'm sorry. But yeah, there were some shows I did not like, but I only remember some shows that I did grow up watching that I actually did like Everybody Loves Raymond. Um, Now I don't know if how like I don't know if any of you have seen the show or not. I think depends whether if this was aired on a certain channel, or maybe they didn't show it in certain places. I'm not sure, but it was Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, and me and my sister grew up watching this show, and the instrumental music, the theme music to this show is beyond eerie. It's so eerie that it will keep me up at night, and it'll be so hard for me to sleep because I'll probably stay awake all night. So I would say that's not my favorite, but I did like it, and some stories here and there were scary. But if you ever want to check it out, they do have some YouTube videos of it, of the seasons and all that. So if you ever want to check it out, it's for free on YouTube. Yeah, so check it out if you want to. But the music gets to me. I cannot listen to it anymore. I just can't. But I would say my favorite TV show I grew up watching is Third Rock from the Sun. And I just love that show. I think I remember watching at least maybe some episodes throughout the seasons, and there are some episodes I did not watch. But of course, I think about a few years ago when I finally watched the whole show of each season, even to the point where how it ends, I did not know how it had ended. So when I saw that, I was like, what? No way. But yeah, but the thing is that I did grow up watching it and just laughing. And of course there are some things I did not quite understand as a young child. But of course as I got older, I completely understood of those jokes, and even some of those lines that might be either, like, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and of course there were some other things that were just so funny. Like they weren't even like nasty or anything, but it was just done in a way where it's just so funny, and I'm just like, I just loved watching it. So yeah, I would say that is my favorite show though, that I grew up watching. And of course I still love it. It's still funny. It still makes me laugh, and I just still enjoy watching it. So yeah, I do. A favorite band and album from the 90's. I would say Nirvana, and the album would be Nevermind. And that album came out in 91. Because I remember me and my family, we had that album, and we, like, listened to it. So yeah, I remember hearing their songs, and, it was quite good. And yeah, I liked it. Yeah, their songs are really good. But, of course, I did grow up listening to other songs as well. I think both from, like, 80's and 90's, around there. Favorite cartoon from the 90's? I think this probably came out either mid 90's or late, I'm not sure, but I would say the Powerpuff Girls. Only reason why is because I think that was the only one I liked, because there were some other cartoon shows that I don't know, there's just some I did not watch because I think we didn't have the channels of like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. So yeah, but at some point I think, yeah, I remember watching some episodes of the Powerpuff Girls, but yeah, that one I did like. But I would say ones I don't is like well, SpongeBob. And I know everyone loves SpongeBob. I know there's a lot of fans out there who love it because it's just like, you know, like maybe corny and quirky and just weird, like just so out of place and just out of balance of the kind of weird humor that it has. But honestly, I watched some episodes of it and I just didn't like it. I didn't find it funny at all. Like, to me, the weird humor in it just threw me off completely. And because of that, I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense to what's going on, what they're saying, what they're laughing at, and it just threw me off. So I'm sorry. And for those who love SpongeBob, that's okay. You know, that's fine. But it's just not my kind of show, you know. It's just not. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know, I feel like I didn't watch that many cartoon shows, you know. But oh well. But yeah, I did like the Powerpuff Girls though. Favorite snacks from the 90's you can no longer get. Well, there is this snack called Yoko's. It's round, and I think it's like yogurt, but has like something in the middle. I'm not sure if that came out in the 90's, but I think it's somewhat discontinued in, what, 2010, I think. So, yeah, and to be honest, there are some snacks I did grow up with, like ones that we have today, but I don't think I've tried that many snacks where like it was just so new and different, but then at some point you can no longer get them because they're discontinued. And I actually looked up on those snacks, and there's this chips called something pizza, I think pizzeria, something like that, and they're actually chips that taste like pizza. And of course, I never had that before, but I thought I would have loved to have had those at the time, because I think to have chips that taste like pizza, that would have been great. You know, that you know, that would have been like such a unique and cool snack to have and to have grown up with, you know. But I never tried that before. But if they ever bring it back, I would definitely try those, you know, for sure. Favorite fad from the 90's. Now, I do remember having a few, maybe two or at least three pogs and not much. I don't know what was on it, but I think it was either some kind of cartoon or some kind of logo from uh, you know, from a snack or from a drink or something. I'm not sure. I completely forgot what it was on there. But I do remember seeing those a lot, even in stores, you know, and I just remember seeing these different designs and how you see different things on there, whether if it said Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, or even like movies, even like the logo of some movies on there. But yeah, even seeing those, I wish I had a bit more of them, you know. And I think it's somewhat similar to marbles, and I think, I don't know exactly how it goes, because I never played it, but the thing is, I don't think I would ever traded my pogs with anyone else, unless, I think I probably would if I didn't like a certain thing or a certain design that was on it, then yeah, I would just give it to someone. But yeah, I wish I had a bit more of those because they looked, fun, and of course they were cool and they were unique at the time. And I think that was at least before Marvels, I believe. I think. I'm not sure. Or I'm not sure if it was within the same time, like if Pogs and Marvels were going on at the same time in the 90's. I'm not sure. And last question, what do you miss from the 90's? I think pretty much everything, like the clothes, like even like having certain designs and how the clothes you look different, even like certain patterns, like even like when it came to shirts with a movie on it, like the title of the movie or the logo from the movie, like certain designs. And I also miss like just certain things, even like the commercials they had at the time, which was entertaining, and even the movies, because the movies around that time were entertaining, they were enjoyable, and so I think most of them that I watched just had good stories, and there were some that you watch that you can relate to. And I would say this, even the comedy movies around that time not only had humor, but some of them had heart in it as well. And that's what I loved about it. But I feel like today we don't quite get that as much as we did then. So that is something I miss as well. And I just feel like there's just certain things in particular, which is hard to mention all of them at this point, but there are just certain ones that I miss at that time. And of course, like I said, there are some things I did grow up with, some things I didn't. And I feel like with some of those things that I did not grow up with or quite experience as a child, I feel like, I would have loved, like even now as an adult, I would just love to somehow able to experience some of those things, you know? So yeah. So yeah, I kind of feel like, can they just bring back certain things, like certain things from the 90's? Can they just somehow bring that back, and where all of us could like experience those things, whether if it's discontinued snacks or certain drinks, or maybe discontinued like if you know what I mean, just certain things, and bring it back, and to bring that like familiar but also this very nostalgic thing, and where it's like, like just really great. Because yeah, I miss that. I do. I pretty much miss most things that I did quite like and enjoy at that time. And other things that I did not, I wish I could somehow at least even get to experience that now, even as an adult. So, I really hope you enjoyed this 90's Kids tag. I hope this wasn't too long, and if it is, then I'm sorry. No, but I hope you enjoyed it though. So that's pretty much for this tag, and I'm going to tag some people. Let's see, I'm going to tag Jen Reviews from the Grave. If she has done this or not, either way, I'm gonna tag you. Okay, who else? Okay, I'm trying to think here. I'm going to tag a Horror Miser, even Strange Monkey, Sexy Monkey, two different YouTubers. So yeah, I'm gonna tag you guys, and anyone else who watches this, and even for those who grew up in the 90s as a kid or even a teenager, um, it, at all, like if you want to do this tag, and if you grew up in the 90s, feel free to do this tag. So, and yeah, look forward to the fun Christmas videos that I'm gonna do starting next month. So yeah, look forward to that because I am excited. So that is all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.